Dude, honestly, I had somebody on a couple weeks ago, a buddy of mine, guy. He's like a fucking guy's guy. I used the phrase "the jig is up." He's like, I don't know if you can say that. I'm like, I don't think that has anything to do with.
I don't think people remember.
The jig is up. I know the jig is up. You don't hear it that often.
Yeah, but I know, but the jig is not about. I don't think it's short for you know.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah, I think call a spade might be a little bit dicier, but even that is not.
Right.
A spade is a shovel.
Although I never understood. I never understood the rationale of where they got to that.
That's what I'm saying. Like the etymology doesn't seem to have anything to do with race.
I don't get it.
It's not at all linked.
You was just saying it like it was. You don't hear the jig is up. You know what I thought about today? Randomly just popped in my head. I go, you don't see Janes anymore. Have you met a woman named Jane in the last 10, 15 years?
No.
I can't think of one. I'm like, I heard the name Jane, and I was like, because
they still use Jane Doe, like in.
That's the only Jane I've ever heard of.
Yeah, but John Doe, you know Johns.
I know Johns.
There's
all
no
over
Janes
the place.
though. There's no Janes though.
I always say this. I love it when people named John go by Jack. I don't know what it is. I find it enjoyable, like Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy.
That is weird that they like the short version of John is just another four-letter.
Another name.
Yeah, it's not a shortened name at all.
Yeah.
It gets longer almost.
Yeah, I'm on board with. I like that, Jack. It's a great name.
Well, I'm a big fan of girls with.
I like
guys
girls too. High five, pussy, right?
Pussy, right? No, I'm talking about like a girl named Alex. You know, a girl with that goes with like by a guy's nickname, Sam.
You like
Samantha,
that?
like Sam.
You like that?
Yeah, something about that. But I'm also into lesbians, so I'm a weird guy. I also have a soft spot in my heart for lesbians.
What's another guy's a woman that has a guy's name? What's another one?
Like I said, what Sam? It's usually a woman's name, but they shorten it.
What about
Frankie? Yeah.
What about
Francine or France? Yeah.
What about Ridley?
Ridley? Well, that's just the full name.
Or
Riley.
Riley, is that real?
I feel like I know some guys named Riley, but I feel like it's mostly
girls.
It's kind of like my name. Mostly girls have my name. I feel like, at least up in this part of the country.
Is there a Randy? No.
I don't know any guy Randys outside of you.
No, Texas is popular. I don't know why. A lot of male Randys in Texas.
A lot of male Randys in Texas.
How do I know?
There's not that many Randys in Texas.
It's gonna be my new name of my next album. A lot of male Randys in Texas.
A lot of real men.
A lot of male Randys in
my
Texas.
first album. A lot of male Randys in Texas.
If you were a cowboy, it would make sense.
No.
I can see you.
Ride a horse, though.
He's 100%.
I can ride a horse. Okay.
I think about this.
100%.
You know me as Don Zollo and Boston guy, and like what my
but what I love about you is you're a two-name guy. No one goes, I was talking to Don.
No, just the way he said
Don
it.
Zollo. I'll refer to Don to his face as Don Zollo.
No, just the way just how he just said it. Just like you guys were. What did you just say? How you from?
You guys know me as Don Zollo, like the Boston guy, and how I am and my personality. But the point I was going to make is, I was like, I thought about this recently. I was like, what if I grew up in China? Would I be like basically the same guy the whole like would that be
a good question?
Like I don't know.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Would I be a totally different Chinese guy?
No,
like
you'd be
you know what you'd be? You'd be definitely like a karate teacher.
No, he wouldn't. He would.
I think I could.
He would be
karate.
one of those. He would be one of those guys in Chinatown that, like, in the summertime, you see them after a big meal. They fold their t-shirt up over their belly and then they squat down and smoke a cigarette. That would be Don Zollo.
I could go
the Chinatown squat. You know what I'm talking about. You can go either way.
You can go either way.
I like that he's like, no, you'd be a karate instructor, and I'm like,
karate.
I feel like
is karate Chinese?
I feel like
martial arts come from Asia.
Granted, I don't
talk about you got two white guys and a black guy. This like, can we say is karate Chinese or is that like Korean? We don't know.
I'm calling it Chinese.
I'm calling it Chinese.
I'm
going Chinese.
You ever hear the Patrice joke? Oh God, I love this joke. It's just so subtle because he tells it on the way to another joke. He references Chinese people while telling a joke, and then he goes, when I say Chinese people, I don't mean people specifically from China. I just mean any people that are from the countries that, make the Chinese people. And I was like, I knew exactly what he meant. Yeah. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Like, growing up, that's what you like, I don't know, they're Chinese. Well, they could be like 19 different varieties of like Asian or whatever. Yeah. But like when you were growing up, it was just all Chinese.
Yeah, the Chinese. Well, I like the...
what's the word?
I remember back in early days of the History of Hyenas podcast with Chris Stefano and Giannis Pappas, they would actually talk about fucking history. And they were talking about World War II and about how, like, the Chinese and the Japanese were fighting. And Stefano goes, yeah, I was like, I don't know how they figured out who was who.
Yeah. I want to say,
can you imagine that war? How did they know who they were shooting at?
I want to say it was this.
It was fucked up, but true.
It was either DeStefano or Schultz. I saw a clip where he was talking about China invades Taiwan. He's like, How are we going to figure this shit? I think we're going to have to go shirts and skins to figure this thing out. Schultz and Stefano. I saw a clip and I was like,
we have to go shirts and skins to sort this one
We're
out.
going to have to shirts
I think
and skins.
when was the last time you? Well, I almost said when was the last time you went shirt and skins? I almost asked him that question.
That was always gross. I never liked playing that shit when I was a kid.
I hated it both ways because you'd have the sweaty guy rubbing all up against
Or you were the guy with his shirt on.
Yeah, I'll never forget this. I was playing basketball once and my buddy Rob was on the other team and they were skins. And I up faked him, and as I up faked him, he went up, and as he's on his way down, I start to go up for the layup, and I'm like this, and his nipple just went straight in my mouth, and
Just right down your lip.
I could feel the nipple touch my lip, like I'm like, yep, that's a nipple, and then like he got his nipples licked by me, and it was like both of us like equally grossed out. It was just like, we had to stop the game.
Well, you know what was gross was the guy in
yucky.
shirts and skins who fucking wanted to be, like, he was always the guy, oh, we'll be skins, shirt off first.
Oh, yeah.
And it was always the fattest, hairiest guy because you know it was an advantage for him because no one wanted to D up on that pig of a guy who pulled his shirt off first. that guy, where is that guy now? That guy's a serial killer, right? The guy who pulls off his shirt first for shirts and skins, he's the serial killer.
No, he runs BlackRock right now.
He runs BlackRock.
He runs BlackRock and controls the whole world.
Larry Fink. He's the skins guy.
He's the skins guy. Well, the guy from Eric was the Ballmer dude. From the Apple who run the
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah, he definitely was a skins guy.
Oh, he was a skins guy.
He's a skins guy, dog. That dude be
I don't know
going
who he is. Who we
Steve Ballmer.
he owns a sports team too,
Yeah,
right?
he owned the
Clippers.
Yeah, the Clippers.
He owns the Clippers.
Yeah.
He bought it from
I know
he
nothing
died.
about.
He
I
died.
know that he died.
Yeah.
No, Steve Ballmer didn't die.
Oh no, it was the other one that died.
What the fuck is going on?
Bill Gates' other, no, it was Bill Gates' other partner. He died. The guy who owns the Seattle Seahawks. He died.
Paul Allen.
Paul Allen.
Oh,
That
Paul
guy.
Allen.
Yeah,
Oh, no. You're getting confused. No. Steve Ballmer is the guy that's like he's so animated. He's kind of like a Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
But he's like he's the other crazy owner that's like. But
Well, yeah, there's like a video of him on the internet from way back in the early Microsoft days, like a hype up sales convention.
Oh, is this the
Your video's
dance?
Right there. Yeah, where he's dancing and he's just pouring sweat. But the way he was pouring sweat, I was like, all right, he's the skins guy.
I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
That
He's a skins
that
guy.
makes sense. I
Right?
completely
That's the
get it
guy.
now. I know exactly what you're talking about. He is the skins guy.
That's how you got to label men from now.
Yeah,
In my head, I'm
along-
gonna be like, is that guy a shirts
along
guy or
the
a
same
skins guy?
line-
he's a skins guy, dog.
I think the guys in the locker room
Skins guy
that
for
are
sure.
always like dominating the nakedness
Yes.
are always the guys with the smallest dicks, and I'm like, where are you getting this confidence? I'm like, I'm doing a lot better, and I want nothing to do with this
right.
right now. It always blows my mind.
They have the longest balls, the belly button penis, and just
Belly button
huge
penis.
pubic hair.
Yeah.
Huge, like pubic hair that, like, how is it getting that long? You're like, if I left mine to grow, it wouldn't get that long.
But I'm like, it's like when I'm at my house getting changed.
Yeah,
the
I
naked-
wrap a towel around myself.
But the naked process at my house is like 4 seconds, maybe.
Yes.
Like at the gym, it's like 3 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with
They're
you guys?
brushing their teeth naked in front of the fucking
Yes.
that guy.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, dude?
This is fucking bananas.
You know,
like,
I know why. I know why they're doing it because that's their only happy, quiet place.
What?
Because
they
they're
could
probably
be
coming from fucking their house, from their, from their.
Yeah, but why?
Fine,
But
but
why
why-
bring around other men?
why have
Right.
why
there
have
you
why have the pants off during your happy time, like your quiet time? I understand it if it's like you find it, which by the way, the gym I go to ain't fucking peaceful. These fucking retards bring their fucking cell phones in and all blast music. I want to punch every one of
There
them.
no
in the
headphones?
face. No headphones.
Wow.
And there's usually like dueling fucking phones playing music. I'm like, I fucking hate
That
this.
is. Where do you go to the
I
gym?
go to LA Fitness
You
in
don't have headphones?
Saugus. They're a bunch of animals. No, they're playing music without headphones.
Oh.
I'm like,
Right?
Wow.
They're
That's
animals.
crazy.
LA Fitness in Saugus is
Oh, that's savages
it's
there.
savages.
Oh, savages.
It's like I want to be mad at LA Fitness, but I'm like, it's not LA Fitness's fault. It's these animals.
It's the-
you can't babysit these
Can't go-
fucking
nah,
lunatics.
These adults.
No, it's not. LA Fitness is great if you guys want to give me a free membership, by the way. But
Yeah, this episode's brought to you by LA Fitness.
remember that guy that got caught? The guy that got caught sleeping in there overnight. And
In LA Fitness?
In LA Fitness in Saugus.
I didn't hear
Chase
about
Abel?
that.
It wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me. He got caught.
And he's here tonight, everybody.
Tell us, Chase.
Now
What was-
this guy he slept in the LA Fitness, the one over here. He slept in there because they
didn't
locked
have
him in. He just slept.
Oh,
at
he
home.
got stuck.
Yeah, he got stuck, and he was recording throughout the night about just shit. And then they caught him the next morning, and they were like,
I'd be like, you guys forgot to lock me in. I didn't
I would
break in
think
this.
you'd be able to get out. I would think that you could get
A
out.
fire alarm of some sort would go off.
Yeah.
But I would hit that shit. I don't give a
I
fuck.
once was leaving the.
I'm spending the night in the fucking thing if I could push the fire door.
It was like a Saturday No, it was like a Friday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon. I was leaving the post office and it was like just about closing time. And then as I was leaving, I ran back in because I left the pen over there or something. I ran back in, but they didn't know I came back in. And then they locked the doors. And then like I went to leave and they wouldn't push open.
Yeah.
And I was like, I fucking freaked
Panic,
for like
yeah.
a second.
Yeah.
For like a second. I'm like, hello? I'm like, am I going to be stuck in here all week? And then someone was still in the place and they were able to get me out. But I was like,
we're in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, a good 20 minutes in as usual. My rolling start. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Raise Up Low podcast. Coming to you live from, what's the name of the studio, buddy? After All Studios.
For now.
In beautiful.
Placeholder Studios.
Placeholder Studios. Well, yeah, he basically built it for us today to do a special episode for the podcast.
Nice
Chase
studio.
Abel's back in the number 2 chair, and Don Zollo.
Unexpected drop in.
Drop by. Well, yeah, we are in Saugus where the trash rolls through. It's like tumbleweeds. I was telling Chase we should go to the Banana before.
Oh yeah,
A little afternoon banana.
We were
We
talking.
should do this at the Banana. Let's bring the mics.
We should have done a live recording at the Golden.
By the way, the Golden Banana sounds like it should be a gay strip club. Not though.
It's very hetero.
Very hetero.
yeah,
When was the
very
last time you were at the Banana, Don?
I haven't been to the Banana in years. I'm not a huge strip joint guy. And as I've gotten older, I've gotten less strip joint.
Yeah, where you
centric in my
feel
life.
the older you get, the creepier you feel in there.
Yeah, you do. Like if I was like in my like early 30s, I wouldn't be above it. And it's not like, believe me, I could be dragged to a strip joint if my friends were going, but it's not exactly my thing anymore.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about it though is if you're traveling, it's where it's always the latest bar open. So like if you're in if you're in a town you don't know, and you want to get a drink late, the strip joint's open.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like the in my mind the key purpose of it, because you're paying for these girls. It's a lot, and you know you're blowing through fucking some town outside of Louisville, Kentucky.
Trust me.
They're going to be some real fours coming out at you.
It's a lot, man. I used to go to strip clubs a lot. And
Oh, we know, Chase.
Yeah, I did. I used to
Any
go to-
long-term podcast listener knows.
Yeah, I used to go to strip clubs a lot. It is a lot, Randy, because you have to because you got to listen to them.
Well, you pay the money to them. Shut the fuck
you
up.
gotta listen to them, and it's like I don't want to.
No, you don't.
It's like I don't.
I want to make fun of him, but he might have a point because I can immediately go to my head and be like, I listened to this sob story. I'm like,
yes,
yeah,
they do. Well, they
no,
also,
you know what? You're probably right.
just saying.
they're also gonna be pushy.
You're probably right.
You gotta listen.
Some of those gals could be real pushy too. They really. It's like, oh, come on, get in. It's like, you're not the one I want, so back the fuck out of here. Like,
I remember getting a lap dance and she's telling me about her mother's
C-section
oncologist, and I'm like, I don't. This is ruining
her mother's
the whole.
oncologist.
This is ruining the whole experience. I don't care. Like,
Yeah, or she's telling you like she's
Her
going back
mom's
to school.
oncologist.
yeah,
Yeah, you're going back to school. Yeah, sure you
I
are.
wonder how many of them are actually going back to school.
all of them.
All of them.
Well, no, that's what they say. But how many in reality? Like, what is the percentage? You think it's over under 20%?
I don't know, but like, it's such a foolish thing. Like, college has become so stupid now. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, it's you spend $200,000 to get a fucking $40,000 a year job. Doesn't seem like a very good trade.
yeah, and the way I think, if we were if we were having this conversation like 15 years ago, there probably would be a percentage that were like legit working their way through school. As foolish as I think that might have been,
Yeah.
But now, I don't think any of them really. I don't think.
Now they're just trying to get material for their OnlyFans.
Yeah,
They're trying to move up to
What I was gonna
from
say,
stripper to the OnlyFans girl.
If you have like,
Is that the ladder?
If you got a platform like OnlyFans that can get you, if you have a platform that can get you even if it gets you like 15,000 a month. Like,
yeah, I mean,
Even.
that's your life.
That's your-
yeah,
that's your you
Career,
live off
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I had before when like the OnlyFans started happening, I was like, what the heck is this shit? Like, you know what I mean? But then I just started thinking like,
But then
money
I
you
became
can
a
make.
subscriber.
but then I got the trial period. They offer trial periods, and it's like this is
They get you hooked.
Do they offer a trial period on OnlyFans from the standpoint of like, hey, we'll give you like a 1 week to OnlyFans and you can pick whoever you want to go with? You know?
I don't know.
no, I know exactly who I want.
That's what I'm saying. But he's saying
but, like, you can
how do the
pick.
trials work?
The trial.
Yeah, that's what he's
no,
asking.
they do like free. It's like free.
Does the girl offer it or does OnlyFans offer it and you pick what girl you like? That's kind of what I
Yeah,
guess,
the girl. Well, I think it's from what I've heard is that
From what I've heard, I've never been on these sites.
so
Yeah,
like,
word on the street is.
the word on the street is they they just have their page. Kind of like Instagram. You have like a picture of yourself, and then like they have under it the subscription like amount.
Options?
Oh, and
options.
then it'll say
They're like free.
okay
For like
so
7
that
days
sounds
or
like the
whatever.
girl's offering
The girl,
it
it's
on
a girl's
hers.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, okay, it's not like OnlyFans is like, we'll give you 7 days.
They're
you
not
can pick
giving
the
out like
girl.
Kohl's cash at OnlyFans.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
OnlyFans
it was.
cash.
OnlyFans cash. I have all these OnlyFans dollars. What can I do?
Just giving you crypto pussy.
Crypto pussy.
That should have been the name of the site.
That's the name
instead
of
OnlyFans. Crypto Pussy.
Yeah. Crypto Pussy.
Just give me, that's the name
That's
of
the name of the Crypto Pussy Studios.
That's the name of my special. The return to ROI in that is not good.
There's something that fell apart. The whole crypto thing.
Yo, you called that shit like 5 years ago.
Yeah, remember NFTs? What happened to those?
Dude,
He called that shit 5 years ago.
so I'm going to say this. I've bought in some crypto in my life.
You doing well?
No, I do terrible. But I bought in some crypto in my life. At first, I thought it was completely stupid. I've come around on it, and I'm like, I think there's some possibility that's useful, and I see some value. NFTs, I've never.
NFTs, I've never
that's just
understood.
basically like, do you see this meme? It's really cool. You can own it. Well, I have it on my phone now. Don't I own it now?
I already laughed
you
at
own
it.
it.
Yeah, I already laughed at it.
Like that makes no sense. Like none.
Yeah, you screen grab it. It's like, I don't need to own it.
But I own the original. Yeah, but I own this exact same thing, and I have it right here. Like it makes no sense.
Oh,
to
so
me.
you're saying like there's no difference of like so you
a
don't
screen grab and the real thing. Yeah, no, there is none.
There's none.
Dude, people are spending $50 million for those Bored Ape.
You guys would be the worst.
Little avatar things to put on their fucking Twitter account.
Oh, you guys would be the worst to go to the museum with. Like you guys would be like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is this?
usually-
Like,
That's fair.
That's also useless too.
yeah, you'd guys be the worst to go to the Museum of Fine Arts with. Or something.
I went to
Fuck that shit
I
too.
went to a museum with Randy.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we went to the Godfather
He
Museum.
went to the Godfather. The Godfather.
That was
exhibit.
worthwhile.
What's
In L.A. They had
At the LA
a traveling
film,
exhibit, and it was the Godfather.
Oh, the
exhibit.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
it's like the. It's
I
like
thought he took you this Godfather.
no, there's like 3 or 4 floors of stuff. Like there was a ton of stuff.
They had Michael's desk. You know, they showed how they shot the shit. That
was a good take. I mean, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, it was
like
a few
20
bucks to go fucking check it out. Spent an hour or two.
I'll put
there.
you this way: that memory stays in my head because it's different than normal stuff that I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah,
What's his name? Scorsese directed that, right?
No, it was Francis Ford Coppola.
Coppola.
Scorsese did Goodfellas. The other,
Okay.
the other legendary mob
and he
movie.
did not win Best Picture.
Didn't they for Godfather 1? They didn't.
No, I was saying for Goodfellas,
which was insanity.
The Wolves movie, Dances with Wolves one.
Oh, well, that was a good movie.
I've
How
never
crazy
seen
is
it,
that?
and I think I got to see it. Everybody says it's unbelievable.
It's not better
there are
than
like
Goodfellas,
50
though.
movies that I haven't seen that would blow your mind. Like, what? You haven't seen that?
Your name would be Wishing Well. If it was.
Wishing.
Have you seen Wishing Well? Wishing Well. Yeah, Lightfoot over here.
Your name would be Limp Wrist if you were in the movie.
Limp Wrist. Yeah, Chief Limp Wrist over here.
Your name would be Saggy Balls.
Yo, I saw that movie. Like that movie's good, man.
But you saw Goodfellas, right?
Oh, that's my favorite.
Right. So
it's
I'm telling you right
good.
now, Dances with Wolves is not better. Than,
I don't know how. That's my point.
It's not. No, it's like one of the biggest known flubs by the Academy.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. man.
Scorsese won Best Picture eventually, but it was like
for Wolf of Wall Street years later.
And great, love that movie. Think it's awesome. But I'm like, I just look back and I'm like, how did Goodfellas not? Well, I'm like, to me, you could make a case that Goodfellas is like the best movie that's ever been made.
Oh yeah,
like out of all movies ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fantastic.
It was so
Nope,
funny.
I
too.
disagree.
There's so many funny
course you
parts
do.
to it. What do you like better than Goodfellas?
The King and I.
The King and I. What is that? Like a Disney movie?
I know that it's a famous movie, but I couldn't tell you one thing about it.
Is that a Disney movie?
The King and I. The guy. It's Ben
It's
Hur.
about LeBron James, right?
Ben Hur. Ben Hur's another movie.
I don't know.
Did you just say the star of The King and I was Ben Hur? Ben
It's
Hur's
King and
another
I.
movie.
It was
Ben
Charlton
Hur's
Heston?
Ben Hur's the
It's not Ben.
I think it's Charlton Heston.
Chariot movie.
It's the
Yeah.
No, it's the right.
That's Chariots of Fire.
It's
Bro, just,
That's Great Balls of Fire.
that's great. Balls.
no, but the King and I is an old class.
Spaceballs.
It's like from like the 50s. It's about this white teacher girl from like Britain, and she went to like the Philippines and she was teaching kids there. But the king, it's a musical theater play. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
I have heard of it, but
Yeah, I've heard of it. I didn't know there was a movie for it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. But no, honestly, no. The Goodfellas is dope. You know,
I like it's arguably my best movie I've ever seen.
I mean, but
Goodfellas
some of the
is amazing.
scenes too. Like, dude, I've been trying to get.
actually, I got a better question. Sorry,
ahead.
what out of all the Italian mob movies, would you say that's the best one?
I think so.
I think
if you're
so.
gonna
For
say,
me, but
because if you're gonna say
Godfather
it's the
2
best
is probably
movie,
it's probably the highest ranked one. But for me, like, which one can I watch over and over? Goodfellas.
Yeah, as far as watch over and over, because like Godfather 1 or Godfather 2, if you want to sit down and actually
long.
watch that, it's long.
It's long.
It's real long.
And it doesn't move as fast as Goodfellas.
Yeah.
does.
Like I remember the
And
first time
Goodfellas is long too, though. Goodfellas is a good 3 hours.
No,
Almost, yeah, it's over 2 hours.
So we said.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure. So
But that's the thing, it moves. You know, like Godfather's a little slower, and it's a little. The timing matters, right? I mean, was it 1991? Goodfellas was 1975 was Godfather. So that age gap matters. For, you know,
So
for guys our age.
So
that
which
time,
which
that time
mob
is-
movie is like the best? Would be
I
Goodfellas.
think Goodfellas is probably the best. It's probably the most watchable, but I appreciate Godfather 1 and 2. Like, I think
Godfather
they're
1 and
great.
2.
They're
Yeah.
fantastic. Artie Lang had a joke I loved. He was on the Stern show. They were talking about like best movies of all time, and they're all having their argument, and they come to Howard, and Howard goes, well, Godfather 1 and Godfather 2 have to be on the list. And then Artie goes, do you know what the best Christmas gift you can get for someone is, Howard? And he's like, no, what? And he goes, the Godfather box set, because when you're watching 1 or 2, you can bang lines off of 3. Love that joke.
I love those Italian, like something about just something about those movies. Like growing up, we talked about that on the Ready Set Blow. Like those Casino, those like how influential they were.
There was so many hits like that.
Yeah.
You know, they're in that. They haven't. I feel like all the newer mob movies haven't been as good because they need to get like new actors. You know, like an old Robert De Niro.
You know what it is? Almost all movies kind of suck now for the most part. I mean,
fair enough.
And
As
you
the
know,
Oscars are on Sunday,
I think a big part of it is that as our culture's gotten more divided and fragmented or whatever, there's no unifying for like everybody watched Rocky.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
now
it's like if Rocky was to come out, like people would be like,
everything's got its own little their own little market.
Right.
You know, there's no like mass market shit. You know?
Right.
Like, everyone went and saw Jaws. You know, like,
Exactly.
You know, everyone went and saw Independence Day when that came out in whatever fuck 95.
You know that feeling what you just said. I felt that like probably about like not too long ago. I was in New York City, and it was like a show that I was doing there, something like on a showcase show there. And then I was in an elevator, and I met Arnold Schwarzenegger.
whoa.
Yeah. So when I saw him,
Elevator where?
in at the hotel that I was staying,
He was awesome in Jaws.
He was the shark.
No, but I'm saying like
A lot of people don't know he was a shark.
he was a shark.
Gets in my mouth.
A lot of people don't know he was a shark.
But he was like, he came from that generation where it was like, wow, he was like a
Oh,
movie like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like if you think about like all the movies that he did that were major mainstream movies, right?
Yeah.
Terminator,
Commando
was awesome.
One of the best action movies. My favorite action movie of all time.
Yeah.
Like the secondary movies, like Kindergarten Cop, like they're not like the big action movies, but
they
like
were
he's
still
got like
good.
so many supporting movies like
Twins,
that. Twins,
right.
Twins was a powerhouse. Twins was like a big
Powerhouse
deal.
Twins is a good
comedy,
movie.
Yeah, like
Jingle All
Jingle
the Way.
All the Way, yo.
Yeah.
Twins was my shit. But Danny DeVito was
yeah,
like,
it was great.
it was a comedy too. See, comedies were comedies back then.
I
You know what I mean?
like
Dude, you guys know this? Speaking of fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, The Predator, great one.
oh,
right?
Predator, holy shit.
Jean-Claude Van Damme was originally cast to play the alien, the Predator.
Makes
Really?
sense, yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Right? How weird
But
is that?
so then they wouldn't have had him all covered up.
No, they would have. They would have. He was replaced early in the production. I just looked it up. He was replaced early in the production by 7'2" actor Kevin Peter Hall.
No, because why would you pay a big time celebrity to be if he's
Well,
completely
that was the thing. He
totally
didn't want his face all covered, so they just went with just some giant 7'2" guy.
Yeah,
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like there's a big dude that they tall.
Yeah,
guy.
but they wanted like a ninja guy, and it's like, I'm not doing that. I don't want all that shit on my head. And it's like, all right, well, we'll just get this guy for, they're probably going to pay him a couple $1 million.
When you're talking about like
1987.
Predator, you got the Predator series, right? But then you got like Total Recall.
Yeah.
Like
Total
it just
Recall's
keeps
a good
going
one.
on and
He
on.
did
The
one
Running Man.
6 Day Eraser. Like there's like a whole bunch
Eraser.
of
True Lies.
True Lies was a huge one.
Right.
But like there's so many secondary big movies, if you will. Like that movie I think it was Eraser wasn't like a gigantic thing, but it's like it was still a successful huge movie.
Back then they used to do like the mid-budget movie. It'd be like, $30, $35 million budget, and they'd make $95 million, and they'd call that a win. Now you got to invest like $1 billion and make $5 billion back, or else they're not doing the movie. That's why all they're making is Marvel movies and
It's
shit.
I hate it. I always say this, like if you can the first people that make like a real envelope pushing, I can't believe they're making this movie type of movie, there's going to be a lot of money in it. Now I think about the movie Porky's. I don't know if you guys ever
I
saw
remember Porky's back in the day, yeah.
That was like
Yeah.
they put some pretty risque shit in that movie, and I'm like, if you had people write a movie like that today, it would get a lot of blowback, but a lot of people would pay to
But
see
that's
it.
the thing. The question is like distribution, right? Like,
Well,
now you can film it
now
all.
you can-
Now you can film it all yourself. The problem is like, I just want to put it on YouTube. It might blow the YouTube fucking community
Right.
rules.
I was gonna
right?
say YouTube, but you got a good point about that.
There's even that. Like, There's no platform where it's like, yeah, publisher. If you don't want to watch it, then don't fucking buy it. The publisher, it's on the publisher. It's not on us.
Right.
But to your point though, like smaller movies, even like smaller budgeted movies, they may have made like a lot of money, but their impact was like still good. Like
there was
remember that movie Hoosiers.
Hoosiers, yeah.
That was
Hoosiers, like,
but a single and double was fine in Hollywood. Like hitting a double, like, oh, it cost us $80 million, we made 160, great. But now it's like we're going to spend $1 billion, like I said, and make $3 billion. Like they need to increase their profits, and doing 10 small movies is 10 times harder than just doing one giant movie,
right?
And making the same amount of profit. So in their mind, they're like, fuck it, we'll cut the number of productions down, put the production costs way up, and try and get the revenues way up. So that way, instead of doing 50 movies a year at $20 million a piece, they're going to do fucking 10 movies a year at $1 billion a piece and make the same profit, but have to do less productions.
Work.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like me and you, I felt like me and you were paying attention like this math lecture. And I'm just like, I'm just like, I'm one of
those numbers.
The comedians were just like fucking like.
I'm one of those numbers.
I was trying to like do the math, and I was like, I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about at all.
Yeah, I assume those numbers work.
Well, it goes to say, if you say anything confidently enough, most people will believe you.
Yeah, you just push through. Yeah, like,
I just felt.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
the math was.
And that's why Jews drink more orange juice. Obviously.
Obviously. There's no way for you to refute it. Like you're doing your homework.
I mean, I just gotta say one more movie too is Hoosiers, because I'm thinking about Gene Hackman.
But that was a critical success, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was a block. It made movies. Yeah. It made movies. It made money at the box office, but it was critical success too.
Yeah, fucking.
It's a Hoop Dreams that was on little documentaries.
Hoop Dreams, that's the documentary one.
Yeah,
dude. That movie came out when I was like maybe the peak of my basketball love, or pretty close to it, and it just didn't do it for me. I was like,
wasn't it kind of sad?
Yeah,
I remember being kind of sad.
I wonder why would it not? Because it's not gonna fucking. It's like it's a bunch of. It's not gonna resonate for a lot of people.
But I was like,
I'm not black, and I
was so fired up about basketball at that point in my life, and I was like, I don't know, it just. The movie didn't click. I was like, I felt
like it was kind of depressing, wasn't it? Because didn't it like not work out?
Yeah, like they both. I followed two guys.
It was kind of like a bummer.
It's about two. Why didn't it? Why didn't it click? I gotta hear this, Don.
They didn't make it to the NBA, and if I remember correctly, they were like one of them.
Why didn't it click? Because it fucking ended sadly.
Yeah, and then like one of them, if I remember correctly, was like not a big deal. One of them was like a big time high school hooper, and then one of them was like
an up and come.
Yeah. I don't know, someone that played like D3 basketball.
Yeah.
Like myself. That like, I mean, whatever, he was good, but it's not like, like, holy shit, look at this guy.
Yeah, he was never in draft contention.
No, well, to your credit though, Division III dog is still, you're still better than the fucking average.
That's right.
Like, I'm not saying you were better than the average. I'm saying
Don, did you wear a headband when you played? You look like a headband.
I was never a headband guy.
Really? You seem like a headband guy.
Tassos Tempos was a headband guy. I was one of my teammates. He was from Greece.
Tasso, what was the name?
Yeah, he looked like he was Greek. He looked like Teen Wolf. He was so fucking hairy.
He was like this, like, I don't know, like 6'2" jack dude. Fucking, he's just thick muscle. And he was at 6'2" or 6'3", and he could dunk off of 2 feet like so easily. And he was just like a physical specimen.
Just walking around Bunker Hill, just fucking going crazy.
Fitchburg.
Right?
So after you sucked his dick, what?
Before and after games.
Before and after you sucked his dick. I said, when you said he was Greek,
First of all,
I pictured Teen Wolf in my head.
You know what? I don't know Tasso, but yo, fuck that guy because.
I don't know Tasso.
He's dead. He's dead. Rest in peace, Tasso.
Bold move, Chase. I don't know Tasso, but fuck him.
I don't know Tasso, but fuck him.
No, because
really.
No, just to walk around with that name and to join a basketball
team. He didn't name himself.
Yeah, he's from Greece. I'm sure it's like Jim.
Yeah, right. The Greek version of Jim. Yeah.
Just guys with like really cool names. Just bother me.
Yeah. Well, the good players in my neighborhood they were like when the Eastern Europeans started coming out. The Romanians, a lot of Romanian.
Oh, you remember players. What's his name? Don, you probably remember this
Drazen?
guy. No, what's his name? He had a good set of hair on him. Ronnie Cycli.
Ronnie Cycli. Yeah, he did have a good set of hair on him. my friend Nico looked exactly like Ronnie Cycli. Is that Ronnie?
Ronnie.
Ronnie's. Why did I say? It's spelled R-O-N-Y.
You got black. You
blacked
it up.
I think it is spelled R-O-N-Y.
No, it is. It is not spelled like R. It's R-O-N-Y.
It's right. Yeah.
Oh, his actual.
It's spelled like that. I think. Yeah.
I don't know if but I think it is pronounced Ronnie. Yeah. But he looked exactly like him. He's 6'5", which is Ronnie Cycli's like 6'10". But I mean, at that point,
I just remember Ronnie Cycli being a good-looking guy.
But I remember there was this story. My buddy Mike goes, "Dude, I got on a plane and he's like, by chance, Nico was on there, and he goes." I said to somebody, "Oh my God, is that Ronnie Cycli?" The entire plane was convinced it was Ronnie Cycli. He was signing autographs on the plane as Ronnie Cycli, and he's like a 6'5", 6'6", jacked out of his mind, dude. I mean, it looks like it's him. I mean,
Could be, yeah.
Well, so let's do like a little correction fact here. So Ronnie Cycli's real name is Ronald Fred Cycli.
Wow.
But it says right there in big letters Rony. So like, do they acknowledge why?
Okay.
You normally don't spell Ronnie like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Don. Dony.
You know who I thought? You know what I thought that looked like Ronnie Cycli when I first saw him do the first ever comedian that I saw do stand up ever. I thought he looked just like Ronnie Cycli.
Who's that?
Gary Goldman.
Gary Goldman, yeah.
I'd be like,
Well,
the Ronnie
except for the Giants, you know.
Get the hair,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I
this is
mean,
like 10,
but like
years ago, like
He
Goldman.
is also gigantic.
Goldman's
He's a
guy.
huge
Yeah,
dude.
big
When I saw him, this is actually that's the day I first met you. It was when he stepped in at Dick Doherty's Comedy Vault.
Okay.
This is back in, I want to say 2013. 2012. And then I met you, Bulger, Whitman, and all those guys, and he came in and did a drop set. And that was the first. Yeah, that's like crazy. Yeah.
I don't remember the specific night, but I do remember he'd come through occasionally.
Yeah, he'd come through occasionally. Yeah.
That room was so fun. Oh my God. I love it.
I've heard stories about that.
Dude,
I never got to do it. Yeah.
So Dick Doherty owned it, and it's in the basement of Remington's, a restaurant, and it's an abandoned bank vault. So you're in like this big, huge bank vaults for the green room, and you can see the vault from the stage. It's pretty cool looking. But the thing I loved about it was when I started going there was like 10 or 12 guys that would just always show up, and Dick and his wife Kathy would never show up Sunday through Thursday. So 10 or 12 guys would consistently show up, and we would just sort out the lineup ourselves. Out of 12 guys, probably 6 or 8 of us would show up. So it would just be like each night you'd show up and be like, all right, you're going to do 15 tonight. All right, you're going to do 12 tonight.
Wow.
And everybody that was there, so cool, so fun, so funny. And it's like you go and the room was perfect for trying material out. It was perfect. Like the right amount of people, like they were paying
What did it
attention.
seat?
It sat 70.
70, right?
But
Tight little
like,
spot.
65, 70?
but like, I don't know, any given night it would be from like 8 to like 30. It was enough to do a show.
Yeah.
They were paying money, so they're paying attention. And then like you'd perform, you try your material, and then like you'd go upstairs and just watch the Celtics and drink and just bullshit. And it was just like, it was like,
The ideal hang.
you just press repeat and just do it like 4 nights a week for like 5 years in a row. I'm like, dude, it was awesome.
It was awesome. It was an awesome place. I it's like, and you
don't know that it's special at the time.
Until it's gone. Like everything else.
Yeah.
I remember, the first night because when you want to be a comedian, or you're just like, you don't know. For me, I was like, what is that, and how do you become it, and where do you see to learn?
And this is before the internet. Well, not the internet, but before social media was big and YouTube was huge. So you're at that point, you really were just like, how do I enter this bizarre world? Now it seems a lot more within touch or within grasp of people, because you say, oh, all right, you kind of get the idea of what you want to do, or you can Google how to do it. But like to go back to like 2012, you just be like,
Well, I mean, that's still when you
how
had,
do I
like,
get into this?
That's still like printing out directions on MapQuest era. You know? It wasn't. No one was like, Facebook wasn't on your phone. Instagram didn't exist yet. Like it was before.
Yeah.
Everything became about online content. Right, it was like a live event was still a fucking live event.
Yeah.
Like no one was doing this, fucking filming you on a live. Like how many? If you've ever been to a concert or any fucking live, and just everyone's watching it through their phone. Instead of looking at the show, they're looking at the show through their. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, first of all, who the fuck? Who's gonna watch John Legend on their for an hour filming them? I'm gonna go look at this later. No one ever looked at it later.
Dude, the amount of times I look at any video that I have on my phone, it's like so rare.
Yeah.
Like. It's crazy.
That's why they get you with buying, storage on your phone all the time.
Yeah, I have.
You know what I mean? Like they know. That
I don't play that shit.
They just well, so this is the corporation shit, right? So it's like they know people now are like, this is it. So this is the currency.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do? We record stuff. What's the currency? The actual data.
You have to buy more
recording.
fucking data space.
Oh, but when you got to buy data space,
you
now
got to update to the
sell the data
to the
space.
1 gig plan on the iCloud for $69 a month for the rest of your life.
It's like
I'm holding so much bullshit in my iCloud that I'm like, I don't look at this. I don't
I don't even
but
know
I
what
feel like
iCloud
I
is.
should have it for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, for when you get deposed.
Yeah, when they tell me like,
I know. Why am I holding all this evidence?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's just holding on to evidence against themselves. Delete your iCloud, folks. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened back then. I can't recall. So check your email.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not going to do that.
no.
I'm spending $14.99 a month to fucking incriminate myself. Like,
So check this out, right?
You have to run the risk of it.
Let me ask you all this, right? So, what do you think? Like anyone was like when the the email started coming out first?
the dot.
The dot shit. The
dot.
So the dot shit. So when people had
dot shit.
.com shit.
the fucking stupid shit.
Morse code.
Yeah, when the Morse code came out.
When Morse code came out.
SOS, help me. Get me out of this fucking studio.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
No, it's just like, do you think, like, I bet people when the emails first came, when people just got an email, the very first time you had like an email, I bet people at that time, I remember people they were using it as if they were talking on the phone. So they were emailing.
Like a text message.
So it's like they're not thinking like, we weren't thinking like, oh, this could, whatever you're saying could come back.
Right.
Yeah.
So now it's starting to become like, am I not?
Well, that is true.
Yeah,
You used to, like, that is true. Like, not,
it's like
back in the day, you needed a subpoena and a warrant to tap someone's phone. Now they just all your text messages are in the cloud and everyone has access. Like, there's no.
Yeah.
When's the last time a cop pulled a warrant to fucking figure out what you've been talking? Dude, ChatGPT will rat
Can
you
the
out.
cops go into your phone if they arrest you?
Yeah, they make you open your fucking phone.
Oh,
they can make you open your phone at the airport and go through your text messages.
Not
No
if you know
way.
your
Yes,
rights.
Yes, they can.
I'm sorry.
I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm not educated enough to say, but that shocks me.
Customs and Border Patrol, like TSA can't do that. Like if you're flying domestically, but if you're coming in from another country, they can absolutely require you to open your phone and go through your fucking messages.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Well.
Right? Like, just with no.
They're going to see a lot of dicks.
Well, you know.
I was joking with my buddy the other night. We were talking, and some girl he like started hooking up with. We were just chatting or whatever, and and they were talking about. He like took her phone and saw what it's like to be a woman on a dating app. Just inbound dick pics, whatever. She's like, yeah. So a lot of times, like, I'll just give one of the guys. I'm like, if I don't like this guy, I'll give him another guy's number from Tinder and say, oh, just text me there. He's like, so these guys are just sending dick pics to each other, and in the back of my head, I'm like, oh my god, which one of my friends am I gonna tell all my girlfriends use his phone number? So she just gets random dick pics all day. I'm like, which one of my friends am I gonna give out their number to all my female friends so they can give it to guys they don't like? Tyler, yeah. Don't say he might listen. Shh. Tyler's gonna get it. No, but to just give out, give it.
Did you ever see the?
You know Tyler?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Oh shit! Oh, it's fucking.
Yeah, everybody knows Tyler.
Everyone knows Tyler.
Yeah.
I was like, when you said Tyler, I was like, oh, I know Tyler. Then I'm like, oh, then you laughed. I was like, you're talking about Tyler.
I just gave Tyler the respect of putting his last name into my phone because for the first like 5 years, it was always Tyler, Randy's friend.
Right.
Yeah, that's a real upgrade when you get a first and last name.
About a year or two ago, I was like, all right.
Yeah, you separate the Randy from.
He's a person too.
He's a human being now, I guess.
He's his own person.
First of all, this is a good studio. It's a great space. But I'm always respect men who know about getting great vacuums.
You like that vacuum?
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows about Chase. He respects men that have good vacuums.
Yeah, there's one thing you got to know about Chase. He likes a man with a tiny floor.
Good vacuum.
With a nice, like, if you're gonna, you got to be, yeah.
Yeah. What about mops? You're not a big mop guy, just vacuum.
Listen,
How do you feel about people with Swiffers?
Yeah. What's your views on Swiffers?
listen. The best thing I could say to listen, I'm not gay, but at least you're clean.
I'm not gay. No one accused you of being gay for fucking cleanliness.
No, like I'm saying, because the vacuum.
Tidy.
The tidy,
Okay.
like tidiness.
Chase Abel, man of floor cleanliness.
Surprise.
Well,
when you sleep on a lot of them, you appreciate them.
But you're talking about Tyler. I bumped into Tyler in Southie, and I was doing like a 75 hard thing, so I couldn't drink. And I show up. I go, hey, I'm not going to drink, but I'll hang out. So I got non-alcoholic beers, and I drank 2 or 3 of them. And when it came time to leave, I walk outside. And I was like, oh man, I'm kind of buzzed, and I'm waiting for my Uber. And then I'm like, you didn't drink?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I think I conditioned myself.
Yeah. Or Tyler roofied you.
Makes sense.
Of distinct possibility.
But I was like, I thought about that. I was like, dude, I wasn't putting on a show for anybody. Like I was by myself and I was like commenting on like, man, I feel a little tipsy or whatever to myself. And then being like, wait, you didn't have any alcohol.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's the thing. It's like you said, conditioning.
yeah, like
your
you
mind
just
plays
sit in a
tricks on
bar
you.
and you drink the thing, and then I'm drunk.
Your mind conditions you. You do the bar thing, and you feel like you've done the thing.
Yeah,
You know?
it's weird.
You guys, you haven't been a bunch, but I've known you for years. You weren't really a big boozer though. You weren't.
No,
you
there was
never a
some
drinker.
stretches. I got drunk with Don a few times. Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Post the pandemic, we went down that one time. We went down to Naples, got fucking made a mockery of the place.
We did.
Look at see how I respect. I was like,
Made
hey,
a
Don, I never know you as a
mockery of
boozer. This guy over here is like, no, he's actually
like I'll just say this. Here's the thing: when I get hammered, most of the time you just don't know. Like I don't mean to like pat myself on the back, but I'm like I don't know, conduct myself.
But
pretty
we were
well.
the other four of us were fucking blackout drunk.
It's
hard to tell who was where. You know,
I always think about that weekend. I know exactly what you're talking about. And I'm like, it was like
that weekend.
It was like when the pandemic was like. The pandemic was still a thing in Massachusetts.
Well,
but
Florida just opened up, and we all went down.
Actually, Florida was open for a while. We just
we all went down to Florida.
It was the first time we all experienced freedom in months.
Yeah,
and like
we all met down in Naples, Florida, and fucking acted.
Oh
the
my
fool.
God, it was like
we were there for like 4 or 5. We stayed an extra day or two.
I
or whatever.
remember like being like the club is never going to invite
any of us back again.
Like, because I'm like.
Yeah, you guys are never coming back.
We were going to 2-3 bottles of Jameson in the green room. Disgusting.
In our defense, the shows were still pretty fantastic.
Oh, great shows.
For the most part, the shows were still fantastic.
No one complained about the show. Yeah.
But I was like,
I
remember we were having conversations like, I cannot believe how much we're drinking this week. Like all of us were just sitting around. Like
as soon as we got it, we'd wake up to go to get hammered at the Four Seasons at their beach, the Ritz-Carlton. Yeah, we go sit in their pool and drink and make fun of fucking Papa John's, the pizza guy, because he was staying at the hotel. Oh really? Oh yeah. At one point, Jeff shouted, "Hey, isn't that the pizza guy who said the N-word?"
I felt bad because
he called him out.
Like scurried away.
He called him out.
He did.
He was hammered.
He was like walking by the pool and Jeff yelled it out. He goes, "Hey, I think that's the pizza guy that says the N-word."
My man.
And like the whole pool just like shifts.
My man.
And it was like, one, it was funny. Two, it was awkward. But when I found out, but afterwards I found out what the story was, and I actually had sympathy for him.
I don't even know what the story was.
The story was, he said this. He goes, he was like in a meeting, and he said something to the effect of like, "Look, I don't know why you're making such a big deal about this." He goes, "Kentucky Fried Chicken guy, Colonel Sanders, he used to say," and he would drop and he drops the N-bomb, and he goes,
but he did say the N-bomb.
But he said it.
Yeah.
Quoting
somebody else.
Okay. And that was the extent of it. And they were like, "We're going to ruin your life."
Yeah. Well,
and I was like,
the problem with Don though was he said it on an investor call.
Yeah.
You know, it was like a public. It wasn't like it was a private conversation that got leaked. It wasn't like he was talking to the company's biggest investors. And you look, the investors run away because they don't want any fucking trouble. The investors, they don't give a shit about black people or race. They don't want any fucking interruption in their flow of money. So that's what they're like. We can't have this, and they walked away.
Agree.
That's what happened.
I completely agree with it, but I also have to take the side of like.
I know what you said. He didn't
can
call
we look
anybody.
at things in context?
He didn't call anybody that.
Like, because that's the thing.
Yeah.
Can we just be real and look at things in context? But I agree. The investors are going to be like,
we can't do this.
I don't want to take any chance. Exactly. I'm out.
Yeah, they don't want any fucking waves. But what I remember breaking his balls about was he had he was like with a bunch of 25-year-old girls. The guy's like 60-something years old. Yeah. And look, he had a fresh head of jet black fake hair from Turkey. You can tell those plugs. But
he bought some hair.
But we were getting cute with his girls, and he didn't like that. And that's
were we?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because then we came over to the pool. Because one of them was in the pool. She's like, "Oh, let me introduce you to my friends." And that's how I met him at the table. And I came back and said, "Guys, fucking Papa John's, the pizza guy's back there." And we were laughing about it. And an hour later is when he came walking by, and Jeff fucking laid into him about that.
Oh, God.
And then the girls came back downstairs and hung out in the pool with us, and he didn't like that.
Wow.
It was him and his 4 buddies and
you guys were really after it that weekend. Huh?
This weekend. I look back.
I made friends with the police. That was that weekend.
Oh God.
We heard about that, Randy.
Yeah. That's not a podcast story.
That's a whole other podcast.
But I'm like, I just look back on that weekend and I'm like, what the fuck?
Happened?
Dude, it was so fun.
Yeah, how we got in and out of there without getting in any real trouble.
Florida, man. Florida's.
Yeah. You were driving the Sebring with the L Bird license plate?
Was it a Sebring? Oh God, yeah. It's
the white Sebring with the top down.
They still make the
Solara.
Yeah, the Solara.
I love that car.
Oh, the Toyota Solara.
Dude, it's such a chick car. But dude, when you're in Florida,
not a chick magnet, a chick car.
You put that top down. It's like, dude, I feel amazing. Like I just love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a nice
Solara's
town
nice.
for that. You still got the Elbird plates?
I gave the Elbird plates up when I went out to Arizona.
Oh, did you? What
Yeah.
were you paying for those?
I think it's $80 every 2 years.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one in this town took Elbird before you.
I am.
Or did you have to
too.
wait for it?
No, I got it. Elbird was my third choice. I remember.
What was your first choice? Hey, Hitler.
I was.
Yeah.
That was
Hey,
taken.
Hitler.
That was taken.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was taken. Yeah. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So I went. I can remember this. I went to the registry in Fitchburg, and I had 3 options, and the first one was I wanted to get Ass Man.
Oh, from
Seinfeld. So I show it to the girl at the desk, and she goes, "They're never going to approve this." And she goes, "Do you even want me to ask?" And I go, "Yes."
Give it a shot. Yeah.
So I watched this, and it was like out of a TV show. She walks into the back, and she's standing behind this door, but it's got a glass window in it. And I see her go up to this other woman, and she's like showing her a piece of paper, and she goes, and the other woman just looks at her and goes. I could see her say no.
You get rejected.
I was like,
we'll
So
the
then
shot.
That sucks.
I mean, if she's gonna go around the corner and ask, yeah, fuck it.
So I got that. That one said no. Then I went with Bird 33. The Bird 33 was taken, and then I asked for L Bird, and it was available. I was like, I'll take L Bird.
Yeah. How? I mean, obviously not on a Solara, but is that Larry's car?
So it's amazing when I had that plate, and I mean, I had that plate a long time, dude. I can't tell you how many times I'd be on the highway and people would drive past me and go, like
Be
checking to see
disappointed
if it was
that it's not Larry.
And fun fact, just got the license plates autographed.
No shit. Nice.
Yeah.
Did you have to send them in, or did you meet the man himself?
I know some people that do signings with Larry, and I go, "You got Bird on the books for any signings?" And they were like, "No." I go, "I got these plates. I want them autographed." 3 days later, they call me up, and they're like, "Dude, he just called us. Their people called us. We're gonna do it." And I was like, "Great." Sent them down. I just got them back.
Nice. What it run you? Couple $100?
It was about 150 a signature.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. How many? 2 plates?
So I have 4.
4. Wow.
He's gonna for the next car you get, you're gonna put on the.
So I had 2 plates that I had for like the duration,
Yeah.
but they got so beaten up and worn over the years that I was like, you can't like they need to get replaced because you can't really see what they are. So I got 2 brand new ones sent out, and then I put those. I was going to use those, and then I moved to Arizona not too long after, and I'm like, I got 4 plates. Let's get them all autographed.
What would your vanity plate be, Randy?
I'm not a vanity plate guy. Although I did see probably the coolest one, a vanity plate I ever saw. I don't even know if it was vanity. I think the guy might have just got lucky. It was literally just 4 zeros and 7, or 4.
That's absolutely
Or
vanity.
4 letter O's and 7. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But how do you get like the number 7 license plate? I would have thought somebody would have taken it by now.
That's the thing, but like it could be the kind of thing like that dude saw that plate and approached him and was like, "I want the plate. Can I give you some money?"
Oh, you can trade the plate.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
And then the other thing too is like maybe that person got it because a relative died. They passed the plates down. I was
gonna say you should have sold the L Bird plate. I wonder if you got any.
I probably could have. I don't know. I was thinking about going around to people and asking if they wanted it, but I feel like it's a uniquely Zollo thing. Like I don't think that like
Yeah.
like I don't know. If I offered you the L Bird plate, would you be like, "Fuck yeah, I want this," or would you just be like, "Yeah, I don't know."
If it was like Robert Parrish, I'd probably take it.
Robert Parrish.
You know,
If it was Muggsy Bogues or something.
Muggsy Bogues, someone.
Muggsy Bogues
Yeah.
does not get enough credit in the pantheon of how impressive it is what he did.
Oh my God.
Like, dude, what was he? 5'5"?
5'3".
5'3"?
5'3",
Dude.
5'3".
And he was a
Do you see
starter.
the documentary on?
started.
There's a documentary
I
on.
watched a documentary on Muggsy
Well, the
Bogues.
Dunbar one, Don, which is that one with the team that he played with
Reggie.
With Reggie.
That team is
So that Dunbar team was, and David Wingate.
this 6
believe.
6 D1 guys and 5 NBA players on that team.
They're like the most like winningest like
Dunbar
Maryland
here?
high school team.
Massachusetts?
What?
Maryland.
Maryland?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what
But
Dunbar was.
He's 5'3" to do what he was able to do
yeah.
in the NBA.
And he
like-
started like 10 seasons or some shit.
Yeah, and he's so fast. And I'd look at him and I'm like, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm like, does there become a point when you're so short, it works to your advantage?
Yeah.
Like if
just hard to
you're
catch.
just pestering Jordan at his legs, like he can't be like bending down
Yeah.
to contend with you.
Yeah, it's
you
just
know?
short enough where it's like actually too, like you said, like if it's like a mosquito.
Yeah,
Just buzz
it's
around.
exactly like, I
Yeah.
can't defend against this. Your firearms are useless against them. You know, like
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of a thing.
Yeah.
It's a player when you play against people like that are that fast and that quick laterally.
It's like Odd Job in 007, so he's just too small to hit. You know,
You played.
You know what I'm talking about, right,
High
Jeff?
school.
I didn't
Yeah.
play in high school.
You didn't play in high school?
I played in college. It's very weird.
Wait, you didn't play basketball in high school?
No.
And you played D3.
Yeah.
How'd you make the fucking team? How'd they even know
I
you?
was really good in high school, and I never made the team because I had problems with the coaches.
Okay.
And
Oh, you weren't coachable, Don?
actually, to be honest
The
with you,
only
You don't know how to
white guy who
listen?
wasn't coachable. The only white guy who wasn't coachable.
Yeah.
actually, if I'm being honest, I think I was insanely coachable. I think one of these coaches was a fucking lunatic, but throw that out the window. But
You just go open tryout.
I just went for the tryouts, and dude, I remember I show up in first semester. There's like 50 guys there to try out, and I think they took 15 total because they had like 12 spots and then 3 alternates that they were going to keep with the team. And I ended up making it, but like I couldn't. I heard that Fitchburg was brutal at basketball. I was like, oh, I'll probably make the team, no problem. Show up, there's like ridiculous talent at this thing,
yeah.
and it turns out they had this unbelievable recruiting class, like unbelievable recruiting class. And I just squeak onto the team. I'm definitely the last guy on the team, but I remember the first semester we were leading the nation in margin of victory. We were winning by an average of 50.1 points per game.
What nation was this?
Damn,
Islam?
And dude,
We're in the nation of what?
dude, we had like 2 or 3 players that were like absurd. And out of the 3 players that were absurd, like a few of them, 2 of them flunked off, and then a couple of the other supporting players flunked off, and then we were basically like a 500 team. But I remember being like, I just walked on to the national champions. Like, this is unbelievable.
I'm going to win D3 national championship.
Dude, I was like, this is unreal. But I just remember being like, I can't believe how good we are. Like, this is freakish. Like 50 points per game.
Jesus Christ.
But that's a generation.
What were you,
We
up,
played-
up 30 at the half? Fucking
Yeah, like all the time. But it was like we played 7 games, and there was 1 close game in there, and the other 6 were just like
Whitewashes.
absurd. Like, it was crazy. But then we lost. Once we lost like the top 2 or 3 players, it went downhill pretty quick.
Dude, I was listening to something recently. I forget where it was, but they're talking about like how to fix the NBA All-Star game. And
I heard
I think you know
this-
what I'm talking about.
How to
it's-
fix it?
Yeah, black versus white.
Dude,
I think that would be an awesome
I think
fix.
it would be
awesome.
fantastic for the NBA and terrible for the world.
I think the black guys might lose right now.
They might, but let me tell you, it would be such a terrible thing, I think, for our culture because
Really? I feel like people would get. They used to do shit like that in the WWE. I feel like, you know, if Adam Silver lightened up,
No,
I
I'm
feel
not
like,
even- I'm not-
like people would be like, all right, you know,
what?
It's like, that's, yeah.
why
I'm not-
wouldn't they? The
No.
black guys would play hard. Black guys would definitely play hard. I think they would get the joke. You know, like
I don't think it's. Nah,
No?
I
yeah, I
think
know
it's-
what, but I'm with Don on this.
people aren't ready for it again yet.
I want to see it from the standpoint if it's interesting. It's really interesting, but I don't think it's good. I just don't.
I think the announcing would be really funny.
It's just not.
You know?
It's not.
They talk about, you know, he's quick twitch. And
Twitches.
you know, oh, you know, that Kyle Knuppel, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, he's a real coachable guy. Really listens. Really thoughtful game. You know? He's a real scrappy guy. He catches all the ugly rebounds.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
start using all the cliches.
No, but if you actually
Just have fun with it.
if you
Just keep
really,
score of how many dunks and how many 3-pointers each team
well,
is.
the game, the
that's what
game
the
has
game-
changed. Like the game is like these athletes are different now. So okay, so
Well,
even to
except
your
we're talking
point,
about
like
that with
the white-
with T, the low post games are gone. Right?
I hate that the low post game is gone.
the
I
low
hate
post game
it.
is like this removed. That's why I love like players like Jokic and you know, players who still use the back to the basket game.
bang around a little
Yeah.
bit.
He's like the only one I know of that does that, and that's because he's a.
And he's the
freak.
best player in the league right now, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, by far. Yeah,
I want to say it was
yeah, he's great.
Ray Allen that said this, but I could be completely wrong. I don't remember who it was necessarily, but they said they were talking about how many 3-pointers are shot today and how the game is played, and they go, somebody could stumble upon Shaquille O'Neal today, and he wouldn't even get like. looked
yeah.
at.
Well,
like,
do you think he would make the league?
like
today?
right,
Yeah.
like
He was so good when he if he was the Shaquille O'Neal that he
Shaq?
was when he was with the Orlando Magic,
Yeah.
that big
And the-
thinner
and the-
guy, yeah,
and
who could
even
move.
the Lakers,
With Shaq,
right?
yeah, with Shaq.
But if he was the Miami Heat, they're like, nah, we don't need a 400-pound fucking, you know,
But I
he'll
thought
catch you
about
free
that.
throws, you know, like. You know, who's a fucking 30% shooter from the stripe. Like,
I thought about that. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
to think that you could discover
He'd be a
Shaquille
second-round
O'Neal and
pick.
people would be like, yeah. I'm like, I also think about Kevin McHale. I'm like, I actually thought about this today for whatever reason, but I was like, how would if Kevin McHale was in the NBA today, I go, I bet you he'd be in better shape than he was then because of all the training that they do. I go, but I can't picture him being like a lethal 3-point shooter. I go, what would he do? He'd just get rebounds and he wouldn't go to the Hall of Fame. But now he's one of like the greatest players ever because he played in the 80s and the 90s.
When a
And
guy
I'm
like that, yeah, had a
And I'm
position.
like, and I loved watching him. Like, you know this, like what he did was just, it was beautiful. Him and Hakeem have the best like footwork I've ever seen.
Yeah, for
ever.
a big guy.
They're
Like,
probably the most like best technically sounded big men of all time in terms of like, Kareem. Well, before he was Kareem, he was Lou Alcindor. So Lou
No,
Alcindor,
that's Kareem Abdul. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
sorry,
it.
I'm
So Lou
I
Alcindor.
thought you said Hakeem, like Elijah one.
No. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul, yeah.
Yeah, so Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, before he was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was Lou Alcindor, which was like a younger, faster, quicker. He could get down the floor. But Kevin McHale was like not like he wasn't like a real runner.
Right.
In terms of, he would like slow the game down, and he just was so technical. That's why Kevin Garnett became so good. That's why he drafted Kevin Garnett. So Kevin McHale was the president or the GM of
when
he
they took
drafted Kevin Garnett. And the way
And then sent him to sent from the Timberwolves to the Celtics.
Yeah.
One of the most controversial giveaways of all time.
the reason why Kevin
Whatever,
Garnett's
son,
game
I mean,
became so in and out was because of like Kevin McHale. Like, so
just like working with him.
just working with him. Yeah, Kevin McHale's footwork, man, was
It was
crazy.
it's absurd.
It was crazy.
You think Kevin Garnett would be Kevin Garnett today?
Well, Kevin Garnett played with his back to the basket a
That's
whole
what I'm
lot.
saying.
Kevin Garnett would play in
wouldn't
today's game.
He
Yeah, of
wouldn't be
course.
Kevin Garnett, but he's athletic enough that I'm sure he would have
would've, yeah.
adapted. But
Yeah.
I love 3-pointers growing up, but I'm like, all right, enough, guys.
It's just,
Like,
it kind of looks like the WNBA, son. They shoot, it's a lot of long range jump shots.
Well, you got 7'5" guys like Wemby, who's like playing in the NBA right now.
that's
I know, but
insane.
but how many threes has
just
he
being
got?
7'5". Like it's just
Like he's
absurd.
dribbling the ball as a point guard and a shooting guard. Like,
and he's good. He's he's skilled. Like he's not
Clumsy with it.
like
No,
like
yeah.
dude. The taller you get, the harder it is to be coordinated. So
Yeah.
to be coordinated, the level that he is at the height that he's at, insanity.
it's insane. It's
Well,
insane.
something
I've
like
never seen
20% of
it.
everyone who's ever been over 7 foot tall has played in the NBA. Some crazy stat like that.
that-
Because it's so rare to be 7 foot tall that, like, if you have any coordination,
Right.
you can, not that they all started in the NBA, but they all made an NBA team.
That's a great stat.
Yeah. Something wildly high like that. Like
Yeah.
one in five people who've been over 7 feet tall has played in professional basketball.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
And his
only
levels
like
too.
1 out of 1 under 5'3". Muggsy Bogues. Back to the beginning, right? That fucking guy.
Well, you got Muggsy Bogues, who was like, we have like guys like Nate Robinson,
Spud Webb.
Spud Webb.
They had funny names from back then too. Muggsy and
Roy
Spud.
Boykins was another one.
But they should do a podcast, Muggsy and Spud.
Muggsy and Spud. Oh,
Sounds like an old
Muggsy and
Acme
Spud.
cartoon. You know,
Muggsy and Spud Pod.
the Muggsy and Spud pod.
That's a good
That's
pod.
a great line, right? The Muggsy and Spud pod.
Muggsy and Spud Pod.
Spud Muggsy pod. Spud pod Muggsy.
Yeah. Short Kings podcast.
Oh, yeah, sure, Kings. What about your Patriots, brother? They made it pretty far. Fucking.
I was just telling
threw
him,
up a
bro. Like,
fucking
Boston's
donut,
been we've been
but they're young as
sports-wise,
shit,
we've been
man.
on fire these last few years.
Coming
dog.
back. I
You like that Drake May kid? You think he's the real deal?
I love
Two
him.
black names.
Really? I look at him and I'm like,
Drake and May.
is that, Drake, yeah.
May?
Is May? May feels white.
Well, May feels like a woman's name. Like a
It does. It feels like an older white woman.
Yeah, it
like,
feels- yeah,
like,
yeah. My
like
Aunt
she's got
May.
an apron on.
Yeah.
And she's, like my Aunt May.
Well, you said there's no names. Remember before we started the podcast, you was like, there's no more old school names anymore?
Yeah, I was saying,
Jane's
when was
out.
the last time you ever saw a Jane? Was that the opening scene of the podcast? This asshole never tells us when he starts filming.
no, I like it.
I don't know.
I think that might have been the
That might have been the
oldest
first thing.
side.
Yeah,
who
I'm
knows?
like, I haven't seen.
Who the fuck knows?
I'm like, I don't know the last time I met a Jane. I'm like, I don't.
What about Mary Beth?
Mary Beth. That's
I see Mary Beth's kicking around
that
here
kid's
and
right
there.
here.
Where?
Well, they like the double name here in
I've
Boston.
seen him.
Carol Ann, Mary Beth.
I know I've come in contact with
You know?
Mary Beth's
Where?
somewhat. I can
In
think of
Ashland, Mass,
like
or
my
something?
my friend Mike's sister is Mary Beth.
Mary Beth? Full Mary Beth together.
Yeah. Well, I think Beth is a middle name.
Well, I've seen it Mary Beth as in like
Hyphen first name.
no, just combined Mary Beth, one word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had that technology.
AI, dude. You never know.
AI, they're putting words together. It's crazy, man.
That's another thing going on.
You know
these days.
what annoys me though? Like people with hyphenated names.
A lot of fucking hyphenated names in the world now.
I don't
All over
know.
sports.
Yeah. Like
All over the place.
hyphenated names.
Wow, that'd be
getting
fucking
crazy,
just pick
dog.
one, motherfucker.
Oh, like on an athletic jersey.
yeah, Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis.
That
Fucking-
one
yeah.
was fun.
No, that
one was fun.
Hyphenated games like kind of flow.
Yeah, but you know, Juju Smith-Schuster. You're like a lot of names. You know, Jackson and Jigba. Look at any league. I bet you at least a third of the fucking team has a hyphen in their last name. It's a lot of names fucking out there with that shit.
Drake Mays,
especially in the NFL. I don't know about the NBA as much, but in the NFL for sure. A lot of dudes with fucking hyphen last names.
How do you pronounce the NBA superstar Shea's name?
Shea Alexander.
What's the second?
Oh, there's a second one. Shea Alexander.
I'm like,
yeah, he's it was a Shy. I'm sorry, Shy. It's actually Shy. My apologies.
Oh, I just heard about this
I
the
thought it
other
was
day.
Shea.
Is it Shay?
Alexander. I don't know.
What, you're going to try to make Chase spell it to find it out? We're never going to get there.
No, it just
I think about this. I'm like, it says a lot about Giannis that he's become so good that we've learned how to pronounce his last name.
I still can't.
Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo?
I'm like, God, it says a lot that that people actually can pronounce his last name.
Well, what I love about his last name is that it like hooks around the numbers. It goes so
it's
long.
an arch.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
do you remember the Patriots had a guy who was like a fullback, Michael Howe, or he was a tight end, Howa Hamanu. That's the one name I've
What
never.
year?
Malahuna or some shit.
He was number 47. He was probably there around when the
he was
Patriots
some Polynesian
did the
guy,
double
right?
pass against the Ravens, I think. So like maybe like 2014 to 2019, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Michael, they called him who, man? Michael Howa Manu. I'm like, I can't pronounce
It
it.
had a couple apostrophes in it somewhere.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
this
one
is
of those names.
insane.
I'm trying to figure.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
trying
trying
to
to figure out how to spell it.
Yeah.
Well, just look up scoring leaders and it'll be on the list.
Yeah.
scoring.
Don't try and spell his name,
Yeah.
bro. We're all fucking
gotta find a
afternoon.
different- yeah.
You gotta find a different avenue. Look up scoring leaders and he'll be on that list. What? I bet you I can find him.
Yeah, it's just the name. Yeah,
Let me see if I can pronounce it. Give me 1 second. Try
Yeah,
to find this fool.
Put NBA MVP.
You have
One MVP.
your name is kind of it does kind of like when if I didn't know you, if someone's like, "Hey, Don Zollo," I'd be like, "Oh, that's a good football name."
I
You
think
ever got
it's-
like a
I'm not trying to be arrogant. I love the name. I think it's a great sounding
I love
name.
the name. Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Gilgeous Alexander.
Gilgeous.
Is
Yeah.
it Gilgeous?
It's Gilgeous.
Gilgeous. Yeah.
Shea Gilgeous. Gilgeous.
Shy Gil Alexander. Shy. Yeah.
Gilgeous
hard.
Alexander.
We just
That
call him
mi-
Shy. I say Shy.
That middle word, I can't.
lot.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, but not on a hyphens. There's some down at the bottom. Carl Anthony Towns, Nickel Alexander Walker, but not a lot. But in the NBA, in the NFL, like a lot of wide receivers have hyphenated names. A lot of hyphenated.
Wide receivers, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
Fucking Jackson and Jigba.
I'm gonna agree with you. I don't watch.
You don't know?
I'm like I'm not watching enough football to make an
Yeah,
opinion.
Drake
either way.
May's hyphenated, right? Drake Desmond.
What was the entire thing where they said Drake May? Like, do you know?
No, there's a thing. There's some
It's a
chant.
thing. Like his nickname, Drake May's nickname was Drake May, so they would say, "It's Drake May."
Oh,
And and people are like, "So how did this start?" And everyone's like, "I have no idea," but it's a thing.
The way you
yeah.
just did
Well, it's two
the way
syllables. It's
the way
like Don Zollo. Well, that's three, I guess.
It was the way Don did the move. It's like a Beastie Boy commercial. It was like
A Beastie Boy commercial.
That is the
Boston
greatest
May.
compliment I've ever received in my life.
Big Beastie Boys fan?
I love Beastie Boys. I saw Beastie Boys live once. I went to Lollapalooza and they were on. Like that was awesome to
Isn't
get
that
to
like
see
a chicks thing?
them. What?
Lollapalooza? Isn't that like that women's rock show in Chicago?
that's,
it's a concert.
Is that Lilith Fair?
Oh, Lilith Fair. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like this is the concert.
I was like, what the fuck were you doing at a women's rock festival?
This story.
It's the
just
only thing
got-
I know that Don doesn't like, and it's women.
This story just came to me, and it was from that day at Lollapalooza. This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like it was so, I don't know, justice. You know when you feel good because justice has been served.
Yeah.
I'll leave the kid's last name out of it, but we're going
Tyler.
to
Nope.
we're going to Lollapalooza, and there was like a convoy of like 7 cars of friends that were going,
buddies and whatnot.
and
A convoy? What are you gonna fucking? What
truck-
fucking fucking military guns?
They're
with
rolling
you?
deep.
so
You gotta pay attention to Don's
posse.
words.
we're going to this. We're going to this thing, and there's this dude Sean who was in the car in front of us, and it was his grandmother's car, and I remember he took acid, so he let somebody else drive, and
Smart.
he goes, "You drive my grandmother's car." And I'm literally the car behind him, and it's bumper to bumper traffic moving like 1 or 2 miles
Trying to
per
get into
hour.
this thing, yeah.
And this kid, Sean, knows how to fight. Like, there's no two ways about it. He knows what he's doing. And I'll never forget this. The dude driving his car looks over and he's like, "Hey, can we get in?" And and I watch this. The dude in the next lane looks at him and goes, "No." And did it smugly. And I watched where they were. They were already like halfway over and they're going 1 mile per hour. And they just kind of had the attitude of like, screw it, we're going to go anyways. So they start to go and the dude in the next lane floors it and drives into my buddy's grandmother's car on purpose.
He hit them on.
Hits the side of the car on purpose. And he points at him and goes, ha ha. And I'm like, oh boy, this isn't going to go well. And I just watched Sean get out of the car. He walks around. The other dude is in the car with his girlfriend. He dives into the window and just beat the ever-living shit out of this kid in traffic on the highway. And his girlfriend is like screaming.
Moving one on us, he's gonna sit there with the guy bleeding in his fucking.
And he wedges his body back out, like crawls out reverse out of the car, and he's walking across the car, and he looks at him, and the kid's like passed out, like punched, and he just looks at him and goes, ha ha. And he just got back in the car. And I was like, that is insane.
But how does the insurance claim work on that?
So here's the thing.
Yeah, how does it, like
to my knowledge, it went unreported because I'll never forget this. It's like 5 hours later, we're at the concert and everybody's drinking and we're having a good time. And he just looks at it and he goes, maybe I'm fucked up right now, but I'm thinking I got away with that. And
he wasn't worried about it.
And it never came back as far as I know. And I knew him for probably another 5 years after that.
The fucked up part is that even though that guy hit him on purpose, now whoever's grandmother that is has to, eat that insurance, eat the cost of that. But I'm sure she rests easy knowing that whoever did it is fucking in a coma somewhere.
Yeah. Don't be the road rage, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You never know these days. People are all fucking armed. This is the United States, man. Everyone's fucking armed.
I had a couple experiences where like I had to like get back into the car and think like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, Abel. Like, you know what I mean?
Did you physically confront somebody or just like get out and act like
I've seen him jump out of a car and yell at people.
He's seen me jump out of
traffic. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah. Because it's like
it doesn't end well.
Well, nothing's going to come from it.
Well, this is the thing. Like, once you get in that space of mind,
once you're angry, you're hopped up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, some people are like, oh, well, you the end result is gonna be. I'm just like, well, you don't understand. Like, I already know what the end result's gonna be. I'm making a choice. Like, so there's a difference between how you're thinking. I'm thinking. I'm going into it thinking like, yeah, I could not come back, but fuck it, which is stupid. So I said to myself, because they kept on beeping. Randy's right there. They kept on beeping, but they're beeping at not me, but they're beeping at what's happening in front.
Right.
And I'm like, we can't go anywhere. I can't do nothing. So stop beeping. And he's just on his phone. And I'm like, because I'm like, we can't go anywhere. And she's keep beeping. So I just got out of the car. I'm like, listen, stop beeping because I can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? And they were like, well, I was like, listen. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Don. It's not the right thing, but it's like at that moment, it's like,
I still think I'm like, there's a time in July of 2014, I was like, I want to murder this guy. Like,
there's 1,000 times about that.
But there was one that like, I'm just like, oh, like it still makes my blood boil. But I'm like, what are you going to, nothing good is going to come when you get out of the car. Yeah. Because even if it was a woman, so let's pretend it was a guy and you beat him up. What, that isn't going to come back to bite you in the ass somehow? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and then God forbid you start something and you actually lose. You're not going to be happy about that either. Yeah. It's like,
lose situation no matter what.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, I mean, that was a long time ago. I'm a different man now.
Yeah, woosah.
What's a woosah?
Oh, from Bad Boys 2.
From Bad Boy. Are you kidding me?
I don't know if I think I saw Bad Boys 2 one time.
Yeah, it's their captain.
You did Bad Boys 1? You didn't see Bad Boys 1 at least?
I saw Bad Boys 1 a bunch, but it was
the captain in the second one gets into Buddhism and he says woosah.
He says woosah and he gets angry because
woosah.
I kind of would like to watch that again. I haven't seen it in so long.
First one's good. Second one's the third one is unwatchable, like everything else. It's a slow spiral down the fucking toilet with sequels. Usually,
Rocky 3 is probably the best third movie.
Yeah. Usually sequels don't get any better, but and especially a franchise.
Second one was good. Second one, I would say, you're right. Not as good as
Bad Boys,
but it still was good for its time because Michael Bay was still directing it. So
he was a big deal.
Oh, Michael Bay, yeah.
Well, he did all the big fucking action movies back then. Different time. Back when you could make a movie like Bad Boys. Yeah.
Do you remember? This is gonna bring you back to some Boston
buddy
shit.
Cop movies anymore? They do buddy cop movies anymore? What's buddy cop movies?
I'm sure they
Mark Wahlberg and what's his name? Kevin Hart, right?
Oh,
they did like a buddy cop movie.
No, I was gonna say Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Oh yeah, the other guys.
Kevin Hart did one too. Yeah,
the other guys. Yeah,
what were you gonna say?
About the movies, right? You were saying like movies or whatever, and I was talking about. Do you ever watch? This might be a Boston thing. Remember that show that you used to show to like kids back in the days, Voyage of the Mimi?
What?
The Voyage of the Mimi.
Never heard of that.
All right, well, I'll take that. I thought that was going to be a good segue. Never mind.
What is that about? That's an age thing.
I've never heard of that.
Like,
was it like a public access show here?
It was a public access thing, you know.
Okay.
I was trying to connect with you, Don. Never mind.
Well, no, I'm saying like I bet you it's like I'm
Okay.
older than you, and it wasn't in my age group, is what I'm thinking it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you were pretty confident I heard of it, and I was like, the Voyage of the what?
Voyage of the Mimi. Yeah, it was.
What was it?
Ben Affleck was in it when he was a kid. So it was like one of these like local access shows about whale watching, and
The boat was named the Mimi.
it was.
I figured.
So it was a bunch of like what I just never
It was.
knew because I came from
You saw it? You saw it?
because
No, I didn't see it.
Well, the thing is, I came from Africa, right? So
Like
it's
the
like
boat you came
I
on?
just was seeing like they was just showing us movies in school in like 3rd grade, and it was like
That was
a bunch
your
of it was a bunch of like white
that was your
people.
first exposure to like
It was
American
to
culture. Was
America-
Voyage of the Mimi?
Yeah, it was like white people watching,
like,
going
wow,
like to see humpback
these Americans
males,
are crazy.
like, and videotaping it.
They go out on a boat and
And I
watch
was like,
a
oh, these
whale.
people are nice. Like
They pay money to go watch whales in the water. Look at these idiots.
they were like discoverers. They went to go around and to go whale watch or like discover like whales and shit.
I can't imagine you liking to go whale watching though. I bet you've never gone whale watching.
Never in my life.
Don Zollo might have gone whale watching.
I've never
once.
gone whale watching.
Really?
How about deep
Some
sea
girl
fishing?
hasn't convinced you to go see a fucking whale.
I think deep sea fishing. I'll put it this way: have I been out in the ocean with a fishing rod? Absolutely.
Did I catch anything?
Did I catch anything?
No?
Probably not. No.
Not one thing.
No.
I went deep sea fishing once. I was so hungover, I slept.
I heard you got to be really like strapped in. Pause. Like with
Well, it
the,
depends
you know
what you're catching. Yeah. Like if you're getting swordfish and shit like that. But like I said, I did it in Puerto Rico once. I was so fucking hungover, I just slept the whole time. Some other guys were on the boat trying to catch something. No one caught anything. I was
I
asleep.
feel like is it because is fishing too not moving too much? You gotta have things that to move you.
It might be, yeah.
I'm just
Although
thinking,
maybe at this point, maybe I'd be a little bit more suited for it. But yeah, like
yeah, now
Well,
right.
a big part of fishing is not doing shit. You know, just sitting around drinking beer, which I don't need to be on a fishing boat to do that.
Really can't fish because it requires to be present.
Yeah, patience. I got none of that.
fucking throwing the fishing rod. I can see you throwing the fishing
I've been
rod.
out
into
3
the-
hours, haven't caught a salmon yet.
What is this?
Yelling at the fish.
bullshit? Scaring them
You guys are
away.
stupid idiots. Get on the boat.
Get on the
Just him in the Atlantic Ocean.
You guys are stupid. Get on the boat.
Get on the boat.
Get on the boat.
Get on the boat.
Get on the boat, you retard.
That's exactly what it'd be like. All right, we've been at it for about an hour, boys. Let's go. Let's get to some news. A lot going on in the world. Obviously, the war in Iran, this, that, and the other thing. We're not going to talk about any of that bullshit.
Shit, I'm not.
I don't give a fuck about what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Or at least I don't. Yeah, my opinion doesn't matter. I don't know what's going on. But this is news that we all should care about. A priest from the U.S. was caught spending church donations on Mexican prostitutes. A priest from the U.S. was caught spending tens of thousands of dollars in church donations on Mexican prostitutes. Emmanuel Shalata regularly traveled from San Diego to Tijuana, where he visited the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club brothel, paying for the trips with money directly out of the parish till. The scheme unraveled when a colleague noticed irregularities in the church's financial records. The priest had a taste for Mexican escorts and was later detained at the airport while trying to leave the country. Now, I think this is good news.
I don't see what the problem is.
He's not touching little boys, but it's cheap. It's cheaper.
It's a step in the right direction.
It's cheaper than the legal fees from this child sexual abuse in the church. I think if you give the priest 10% of the till to go get his dick sucked down in Mexico, you're eliminating two problems, right? You're lowering the cost of legal fees and you're stopping kids from getting touched. I think we need more of this in the Catholic Church. I think I'd start going on Sundays if I knew my priest was getting his knob polished by a Mexican hooker. I would support this.
I hate to admit it, but you do put the case that it's a step in the right direction. I'm like,
Right?
I would, if that, what was the movie about, the movie title about the Boston priests?
Spotlight.
Yeah, if Spotlight was about Mexican priests instead of children, I think it would be a lot more of a feel-good movie. Like,
It would be a little bit like, you know.
So
Maybe one of the priests found love and left the parish, you know, right?
so I mean, from that standpoint, I guess I can say it is a step in the right direction.
Also, like it's not like he's sleeping with other female parishioners, right? Like a woman that's married, even he's going to get he's
He's like, this is
doing it the right.
transactional.
Yeah, he's doing it the right way.
He's not helping him. He's helping her.
Yeah, well, he's helping. I mean, Jesus
Like,
did,
no,
Jesus
like,
did
you know
love
what I'm saying?
hookers,
Like
and
he's-
that is true, right? Jesus did love hookers.
He's not shitting where he
Yeah,
is.
he's not fucking girls in San Diego. He's moving down south.
There's room to actually bring in the hooker in and
Yeah.
like maybe it's like, hey, I'm gonna teach you about Jesus when you know.
What do you think the crime is there? Embezzlement or the prostitution? Because it's legally.
I think that as far as crimes go, the prostitution is secondary to the embezzlement.
Well, the prostitution is legal in Mexico. I think it's the embezzlement is the crime.
Yeah, that's because I for a split second I was like, did he even break any laws? I'm like, he did take money that wasn't his. He did. So yeah,
it's embezzling money. Yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction. I don't know. I think we need more of that.
I mean,
my personal opinion, but who cares what I think?
I think it's too many. It's too hard not to like. Being a Catholic priest is like all these conditions, man. It
is a lot.
It's not meant for a
they
human
put a
being.
lot on you.
Come on, man. Like,
I mean,
like,
look, I agree with you. I'm just like
how can I force a human being to try to be perfect?
But these are the rules, if you will.
Sure.
But I'm like, they're a hard set of rules.
Yeah.
Like
you're not gonna get a lot of takers with those rules.
I always wonder about like who's becoming a priest, like who has the mindset. And I don't know, maybe like 50 years ago, the priest was just such a respected title
It was.
that like people would give up all these other things to get this respected title. But I'm like, I think now people don't treat it with the respect that I'm like, who's going after this job now? It's like,
well, think about what it comes with. People think you're a fucking pederast. Right, because the other priests soiled the name. This is what happens when the bad apples fucking ruin the cart. Like when you let them sit there and you don't fucking make an example of them early.
Right.
It ruins the reputation of the profession entirely.
Yeah, it's valid.
It's valid.
It's fucking wild. This I thought was interesting. It kind of shows.
Does he have any referrals?
Referrals? Yeah. Is there any recommendations? I wonder if he left any Yelp reviews on these women.
What's his email?
yeah. Father O'Flannery thought Penelope down at the Hong Kong was a real piece of ass. More than it says, some relationship surveys suggest that financial stability plays a significant role in how people evaluate long-term relationships. In certain studies, a notable share of women reported that they would reconsider their relationship if their partner lost his job. As many as 50% of women claim that unemployment is a reason to dump their boyfriend. And researchers go on to say why financial stress puts heavy strain on relationships, yada yada, but. No one seems like whenever you see like studies like this, it's like, women report that that they'll leave their man if he loses his job, and it's like, oh, you go, girl, he needs to have this or that. If any guy said, yeah, if my girlfriend put on 20 pounds, I'm leaving her, that guy's a piece of shit.
Or even,
and it's like, wait a minute, one of those, if a guy loses his job, he got fired, it might be involuntary. A woman gaining weight is a totally voluntary action. So how is it okay for a woman to dump a guy if he loses if he gets downsized out of his job, but it's not all right for a guy to dump a woman if she gets too unhealthy for his liking?
I'll even go a step further. Let's pretend guys wouldn't really care about this for the most part, but let's say a woman lost her job. Can you imagine being like, yeah, Susan lost her job. I think I'm done with this one.
Women would be furious with you too with that.
Bananas, how angry they'd be.
Yeah.
She lost her job
and he didn't support her.
And he left her.
Yeah, he didn't support her.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. Now, I will say this. I don't even blame them because it's just hardwired into them. They like to see men work.
But we all have to pretend like it's okay for them.
Right.
But we can, but guys can't have anything in reverse.
That's I completely agree. The hypocrisy.
Yes, of course. But at least men, I feel like we'll admit we're being hypocritical. They just won't. It's like no, good on her. But like I said, if you left her because she lost her job, it's like, what an asshole. You're supposed to support her in her tough time. Really? How come she can leave me when I'm having a struggle, but I got to stick with her fucking broke ass when she's struggling?
But I'll say this, it goes beyond the money, although the money definitely plays into it. I think women just don't like being with a guy that's unemployed.
No, they're like guys with prospects.
That really...
No, women
really
like potential. That's what women date potential. Like if this guy's going somewhere, they'll hitch their wagon to you. That's really what it is. Which I get is, like you said, is evolutionary. But it's like we sort of excuse women's behavior in that way.
Yeah.
Right? But then a guy's an asshole if he just does the same thing.
A woman dodging accountability, Randy? I don't know. This doesn't sound,
never heard of this.
Right.
Oh, boy. Now we're cooking.
When does that happen?
Hey, we're cooking.
I'm not buying it, Randy.
Yeah. I think it's
a woman dodging accountability? Never heard of it.
They dodge accountability like Neo with those bullets.
Yeah.
Just...
they're in slow-mo, just getting around everything.
I think it also depends on the type of woman, too.
It's not even dodging accountability. They make it your fault. They're like one step better. They don't just dodge accountability. They somehow make it your fault. I had it fair because you let me down. Yeah. It's like, no. Like, that's not how this works. Like,
right.
Like if you cheat, it's your fault. If I cheat, it's your fault.
Exactly.
It's like, well, that's not. Let's come on now. Like, you got to take personal responsibility at some point. Like, do you have no, it's almost like that. It's almost like if you ask for integrity from them, you're a dick. Like,
yes.
like just live up to your word. No, we don't do that. Like, we're not even asking them to do anything above that. Just do what you say you're going to do.
No, the big line, I'm sure you've heard it, is like, don't judge our words, judge our actions. Because they can say words very well.
Yeah.
Executing the actions of doing what they say, that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's a whole different can of worms.
Different can of worms there.
Yeah, man.
It's like, what did it say? Well, there was one guy I was watching Donahue the other day.
Wow, he's still on? Or are you watching old eps?
Were you really watching Donahue?
Yeah.
Is it old eps or is it some new shit?
No, just old shit.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
you on YouTube watching old Donahue episodes?
Yeah, just old. That's what I. Yeah.
Donahue was a big deal.
Yeah, I was watching Richard Bay the other day. Remember him?
I got a whole slew of fucking. I watched Donahue. Then I do like Sally Jesse Raphael, and then I do a little bit of Ricky Lake.
Wow, he's just reliving 191994 all over
You do this
again.
consistently?
Yeah, every week.
You do this consistently?
Yeah, I have every week I watch an old episode.
I find this fascinating.
So I was watching like Donahue like last week, and there was a guy there was a panel of like basically this exact topic about like that was asking like guys about like what they thought about women, how things like that. And there was one question like they asked this guy about what's your idea about women, and he's like, what do you want in when a woman asked him, and he's like I don't care to listen to what women want. I care more what they respond to.
What they respond to.
Yeah.
I think I saw this clip.
I was like,
oh, wow. I gotta
okay,
check this
now
clip
there's
out.
okay. Now it's like, now I took that philosophy, right?
Yeah.
And necessarily doesn't really have to be so segmented on the idea with women.
Anybody.
I can like with anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
It's like, respond to what people are actually doing instead of responding to like what they're saying. It's like, okay.
That's valid for everybody, but it does hold more true with women from the standpoint of like, well, no, if you listen to them, they're like, oh, I just want a really nice guy. Then you treat them nice, and they're like, I'm done with this loser.
Fuck this guy.
And it's like, oh, but I was just nice to you. It's like, no, it's not what they respond to. I actually think I saw that clip once because I remember being like, this guy makes a lot of sense.
Well, he would just like really kind of like you said, reading out any type of emotional thing to the idea, just basically answer the question like, well, if you were giving, like you said, I was nice to this woman, I was taking her on dates exactly what she wanted, but she wasn't responding to me being nice. She was responding to like,
yeah.
I've probably told you this story. I've told women to shut up like 5 times that I can think of, and they have immediately, and I mean immediately, thrown themselves at me, like overwhelmingly.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's got to be the right situation.
And but it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like I'm just walking up and being like, shut up. It's like, it's like, like there's a back and forth, and I just like. I remember once I just go.
Was this like once a month at the VFW in Saugus?
No, these are all scattered, but
all scattered.
These are all I've analyzed it all.
Broke it down.
I've really analyzed like what's happened. I remember, this is great. I was on a first date with this chick once, and I told her this story. I go, we were talking. It was like a good conversation, and we were just talking about how women respond to different things. And I go, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I go, I can think of like 6 different times in my life that I've told women to shut up. And I go, 5 of those times have resulted in them immediately throwing themselves at me. And I go, one went very badly. She goes, tell me about the time it went badly.
Of course.
And I go, so I was like, I go, I was on a date with this girl, and I go, we were like, we're out, and she just wouldn't stop talking, and I'm trying to pay attention, and I go, I was completely wrong on this. I go, I just turned, I go, would you shut the fuck up? Like for 1 second. And I was like trying to talk to somebody else, and I go, the second that it came out of my mouth, I go, I was wrong. Like that was uncalled for. And I turned and I went, look, I'm sorry. I was just trying to have a conversation over here, and I kind of snapped. I go, and the second I apologize, she's chirping in my face and screaming. And she goes, do you know what you did wrong? And I go, what? And she goes, you apologized. Yeah. And I go, really? She goes, this isn't popular to say, but I'm going to tell you the truth. She goes, if you ever did that with me, she goes, I think your best course of action would to be just hold your line, make me question myself, gaslight me, and then I'll eventually come around and start kissing your ass and looking for forgiveness. And I was like, oh my God. Like I couldn't believe she was like giving me the inside baseball.
Well, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that she recognized that in herself, because women usually aren't that self-aware about something like that.
It blew my mind. I was like, I always remember that conversation. I was like, I go, tell me more.
Well, I think like, for me, it's like, it's also we're talking about that, but it's also for me, it's like identifying there's different. I mean, now as I'm getting older, it's like, oh, these are the type of women that I've been attracted to that have these character flaws.
Yeah.
But then it's like, there's also a group of women here that they actually don't do that either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm starting to kind of like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, for me, for a while, I'm like, yeah, women don't, like, they're not listening to this. They don't do this. It's like, well, where am I looking at? Like, where am I dating? Where am I getting most of this information from? Oh, it's the women that have these character flaws. But it's like, well,
maybe stop looking out for those women.
Stop looking at these women, because I know women that are not like that. And trust me, they don't do that shit.
Yeah, but it's like you said, Chase, it's people thing too. Like, you know, guys are like that. Same shit. Like, fucking, a lot of people, it's so much easier to blame somebody else and say, man, maybe what the fuck, what am I doing? Right. Yeah, like, why am I bringing this shit up? Right. I mean, there's like an old saying, like Teddy Roosevelt, I think it was Teddy Roosevelt said, like, he's like, you know, I don't listen to him, what a man says his values are. I look at his budget and I tell you what his values are. It's like where you spend your time and money is what you actually value, not what you fucking say. You know, like, and that's not just women. It's even us. It's, you know, it's like so I try to make a point. It's like, all right, well, why the fuck? At a bare minimum, I'm like, why did I put myself in this position again with a girl like that? Like you were saying, you know, like why am I dealing with this again? I should know better. Because you know, like I'm like I can't blame them if I keep coming around them. You know, like I gotta fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, at some point, like you can only control yourself. Can't control fucking other people out there. Right. You know, so it's like, all right, well, I got to minimize how often I put myself in this situation.
In those situations.
And then I get to complain, like, why are they acting like this? You know, like, once I stop fucking up myself, then I can be like, all right, well, now it's their fault. You know, like I gave them every opportunity not to be a dickhead, and they're acting like a dickhead, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think it's talking like, you know, just as I'm getting older, talking in like generalizations, I'm like,
that's all we do on this podcast, John.
Yeah, it's like,
you know, no reading, no research, just strong opinions.
Yeah, very well strong. I always feel like, you know, the opinion thing, you can always have an opinion, but, you know, it's like, I'm at the age right now, I'm like, I want a little bit more informed opinions. Like, I want to, like,
know why you have your opinions.
Why I have my opinions. Like, you know, is it because I was conditioned, you know, to think a certain way, like, you know.
Well, it's like I said earlier in the podcast.
Yeah, if you were born in China, would you be Don Zollo? If I grew up in China,
would I be Don Zollo?
Would you be right?
You know, like, or would I just be a totally different person? I will say this.
Yeah, Don Wu.
I always
Sensei Wu. Sensei Zollo.
Donnie Shan.
Sensei Zo.
I was... What was I going to say about?
China.
Oh, nature, nurture. I've always been like, I don't know. It's 50-50. I'm starting to come around more, and I'm like, no, it's more nurture. Like, more like your environment and like who you're around. Yeah. That plays a lot more than what nature gives you.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm sure Shaquille O'Neal would have been a basketball player. Like, you know, like.
I sort of live into things like everyone has a genetic predisposition to something, but I agree with you. It's like your environment determines whether or not that trait is turned on or off.
Right.
You know, like you might be a criminal, but if you're raised by a good family, you're not going to fall into a life of crime.
Right.
Right. Like, like it might be in you, you know, but it won't happen unless you're put in an environment where it's almost certainly going to come out, kind of thing. Right. You know, like, but the thing is, I think we all have those triggers. You know, like so any one of those bad fucking instincts can be turned on if we're put in a bad spot, which is why it's important, like you said, to keep a positive environment around you as much as you can, so you don't fall into those traps.
Yeah, and you just condition yourself with those things over and over again, and then when those situations that, you know, cause the, you know, maybe I'm going to snap. Well, if you conditioned yourself to do the right thing enough times, it just puts you on autopilot, so to speak.
Yeah, my big thing is I just fucking walk away. I'm run. It's like I don't need this shit. You know, like, if I'm at all uncomfortable, it's like, all right, well, I'm leaving now. I'm going home.
Yeah.
You know, fuck this.
It's good.
You know, it's a step in the right direction. Usually I battle it out, you know, and I was like, ugh.
I think that's
I don't need to fight this fight. You know, I'm not doing this again.
I think that's some, like you said, like just you're talking about women, but it can be about anything. Just get yourself out of this situation. This isn't a good situation.
Yeah. I'm going to act out in this, or I'm going to get upset about that. So I should leave here now.
I remember I got arrested when I was 17 for disorderly conduct, and I really didn't do anything wrong. It was Halloween night.
What did the priest do?
It was Halloween night, and like all the
priest
kids
from Mexico.
All the kids would like go around and egg each other and throw shaving cream and whatever. So I was out with like 150 kids that were acting unruly, and the cops just kind of had it, and they were going to make an example of someone, and they made an example out of me. And I really didn't do anything wrong, but I'll never forget. My parents found out about this, and they're like, "We're getting you a lawyer," and it was a big deal. And
they got you a lawyer?
It was just a disorderly conduct
charge. My parents left me in jail.
Yeah,
but anyways, I just always remember the lawyer goes, "Listen," he goes, "You didn't really do anything wrong, but he goes, I want you to take this lesson with you." He goes, "You put yourself in a bad environment." Yeah. He's like, "Take yourself out of a situation where someone's probably going to get in trouble here." Try and take yourself out of those situations.
Don't let it be you.
Like, why don't you just walk away? And I'm like, yeah, just just look for, this could be a situation. Well, it's time to leave.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's easier said than done, but that's one of those things that time teaches you. Wisdom,
right.
It's one of those things.
You don't want to hear that when you're 23.
Yeah, there's certain mistakes in life you have to make on your own that can't be told to you.
I'm not going to leave this situation. She's got great tits.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah. How many times does that get you in trouble for you're like, all right, maybe I should leave the situation anyway. Yeah, exactly. Boys, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you for coming, allowing us to do the studio last minute.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you.
Let's shout out the studio. Get some business up in here.
After all, studio, was it crypto, whatever? What do we call it? Crypto Pussy.
Crypto Pussy.
Crypto
It's
Pussy
also
Studios.
Placeholder Studios.
Incorporated, LLC. No.
Actually, we don't want people to know about this. This is on the dark web.
This is on 5chan.
We're going to keep this on the DL.
Creepy spots. Tell them I can find you, Chase, then Don.
You guys can find me at Chase Abel. I'm still alive. Chase Abel, Instagram.
45 years old.
Yeah.
45 years young.
Yep. Thank you for coming on doing my show, Randy.
Happy birthday,
this
Chase.
Week. Yep. And Chase Abel. And just follow me, man. I'm back. Thanks, guys.
And Don Zollo.
At Don Zollo Comedian. That's it. Actually, at Don Zollo Comedy. I screwed it up.
That's at Don Zollo Comedy. That's easy. Yeah. I like that. Don Zollo.
At Sensei
Best
Don.
name in comedy. Don Zollo.
I should have been Chinese.
Could be Chinese with Zollo. You guys can find me at Randy Valero. Find the podcast at Ready Set Blow. Rate, review, subscribe. All the shit I should say at the beginning, but I never do. We love you guys. Check you next week. Peace.